Okay, now you should be able to hear me. So Instagram, you can still hear me. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, you should be able to hear me now. So thanks for the comments. I see. So let me know as soon as you hear me, so I can so I can kind of get started. Yeah, those of you on Instagram, I can do a dance party while we're waiting for everyone else to hear me. I forgot to transition. There we go. Sound is up. And thanks, Aaron. Rocking my Toon Squad jersey because it makes me happy. So I was talking to Brandon Smart, good friend of mine. A few months ago, I made a video about like me wearing my jersey. I wear it because it makes me happy. And he said that was like his favorite video because it's just do things that make you happy. Like the world's whatever's going on, people are going to judge you. That doesn't matter. Just do what makes you happy. So sometimes you got to work. Sometimes you get to play. Be happy, whatever it is. So yeah, I'm just going to share some things that happened to me 2020. 2020 was an incredible year for me. And I do respect and recognize it wasn't for a lot of people, and a lot of people went through hardships. And I feel that and I hear that. Personally, me, I am very blessed. I've put myself in the situations, and I was very blessed and watched over to make sure that my family was okay and my career is okay. So this is nothing against anyone who had anything hard. I recognize that. But for me personally, it was a massive year of growth. And it's kind of starts, you see, I've got notes. And if you know me very well, I'm not, yes, Brady, I am super happy to have this live account, man. I'm freaking pumped. So yeah, let me know you got Aaron, I see it online. Teresa, Adam, what's up? Aaron again, Liz, and Bennett's from the old Marine Corps days. What's up, brother? So again, I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook right now, having a party. So yeah, I don't write a lot of notes, but I got some notes today. A couple things I'm going to talk about. This year has been insane, and it all started with 2019 when I got this opportunity to come out here to DC. I applied in April 2019. I applied for this rotation at where a lot of you know me from, especially on LinkedIn, called Naval X. And it has been an incredible, amazing journey, very fast paced, and my career changed. So I kind of came out to do some, and if you're curious what Naval X is, I'll tell you another time because that can take time. But I got to change my career a bit because I came out to do some digital transformation and some IT stuff. And what's up, Ashley? I see you watching on Instagram. So again, if you guys are out there, let me know you're there. Tell me where you're watching from. I got to explore new things or things that got to dust off old skills because I got here and they're like, hey, great, awesome. Just a couple weeks getting to know the team. And then, hey, I started to notice there was a gap. We weren't doing too much. Excuse me, slug of water. We weren't doing too much communications related. And the team was brand new and still is. We're only a couple years old still. And so it was like, hey, I know what that stuff is. I know what that stuff is. I did it in the Marine Corps. I did it at marketing background before the Marine Corps and after. And so I was like, can I play around with that? So I took over the social medias. I took over all things marketing and communications related for the team. Had to dust off my old public affairs creds from my Marine Corps time. Dinfos, if any of you Dinfos warriors out there, what's up? And if you know, you know. So yeah, just started kind of exploring different things and what this great. What's up, Chilean? Good to see you. For out from SoCal, fantastic. Yeah, let me know where you guys are watching from. I'm in DC personally. I know Bennett's, you're up there in Quantico area. So Ashley, I know where you're at. Craig, I know where you're at. Everyone have a great, hope you're having an awesome night. I got to explore some old skills that I had and learn a lot of new ones. All right, I'm going to take over the social media. I did not know what that meant. Fortunately for me, my wife is an incredible social media strategist. She has a business. She does that really targeted for home builders, but the concepts work for just about anything online. And so I just dove in. And about a few weeks in, a few months into me being at Naval X, but a few weeks into actually doing the socials and things like that, we made this video. And what happened was my coworker was live on his personal Facebook account. Michigan, what's up, Teresa? That's awesome. and it's probably pretty cold up there right now. I think it's 40 degrees here. We did this. He went live on his Facebook, and this Marine Colonel, who we actually have a video coming up soon about it for 100 Days of Awesome, so stay tuned for that, on how I got the name Mohawk Matt. This Marine Colonel saw me. He's like, "Who's that guy?" And he's like, "Oh, that's Matt." My buddy's coworker Steve was like, "That's Matt." Awesome. Well, I already had a Mohawk. He was higher than it is now. And he's like, "Now he's Mohawk Matt." I did not comprehend what had just happened in that moment. That moment was just like everything changed from that point on. And next day, made a video. I expected to take it down, doing something that was kind of against the grain for the government and a little more casual, and completely expected to just take it down. But I didn't. And made a video. People attracted to it. Made another one. Started doing them. "What's up from Woodbridge? Glad to have you here." Made another one, and just kept going and kept interviewing. And it started becoming an interview thing. As a lot of you know, the quick chats with Mohawk Matt were born. And I did not comprehend how far they were getting out there. And it was just kind of for fun. We're like, let's explore. Let's see what would happen. And boom, boom. And for me, the thing that, for the quick chats, what made me keep doing them is people started saying, "Hey, that information was good. Hey, I needed to know who that person was." And that's why I turned them into the interview format, because you started using it as a vehicle to connect people to the Navy and the Marine Corps, both to each other and then industry inwards and government outwards. So it became a thing. Started doing it. I can talk about that story for hours. Just a little intro to it. Boom, quick chats, Mohawk Matt born. Started making video content. And I started making videos just for myself, separate from work, for fun, because I started to realize that I had this personality, freaking crazy cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, that a few of you know, especially Bennett, if he's still there. And I never thought how powerful someone's voice could be. And you out there, whoever's watching, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is for you, you have a story and someone's going to connect to it. I promise you that. And that's what I started to learn, is me being myself. And I've never been one that's shy. And that's I've got a video about it on my 100 Days of Awesome, how that started for me when I was about 16, 17, when I finally stopped caring what people thought. And so that was a trigger point for me as well back then. So me not being shy, I was like, boom, let's run with these videos. Professionally, I started to do it, cranking them out. Personally, I just started making them for fun. I was like, let's do it. And then COVID hit, of course. And since I was right when I was getting my momentum online, so I just blew up even more, because I'm an extreme extrovert. And so I fuel talking to people. Like tonight, I wasn't going to go live tonight, but I was working on something and I was kind of stressed. So I was like, hey, I'm going to go live, because I get my fuel from people and I enjoy connecting to people. What's up, Corey? Nice to have you. And to Eric, Todd, thanks. Dry throat is what I get when I talk all day, which I cannot believe that's my job now. And I'll get into that. So I want to pause for a sec. Thanks for everyone that's joining. Matt is the king of being himself. Thanks, Ashley. #life goals. You're pretty fantastic yourself. We'll have you on one of my lives coming up soon. So Todd, what's going on? Teresa, what's up? I'm super happy to have all y'all here. Adam, Bennett's happy to have more live coming, brother. Eric, love you breaking down stodgy old ideas and empowering younger people to let their weird out. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Think of all the pocket protectors that burst into flames when you walk into the room. Oh, I got to make a meme about that one, or maybe you hook me up. That'd be a pretty sweet meme. I really appreciate that, Eric. And hey, Susan, what's up? I appreciate that, because I'm not trying to make anyone uncomfortable. I'm really not. Me being myself, I'm not trying to change the world. I'm happy just being me, doing my job, my professional career, my personal life, my family, my wife. And if I make someone else's day better, magnificent. And that's why I keep doing it. That's why I keep making the videos, because it's just fun. I truly enjoy it. When I started putting out videos weekly and then daily, the days I would miss, I actually was depressed. I was like, what? I couldn't figure out why I wasn't in my groove. And then I did a video again. I was like, oh, that's why. I got to get pumped up. And I'm always, I mean, if you know me personally outside of being online, my energy is always constantly going. Ashley will speak to that. And some other folks you on there can speak to that. But something about making the videos just kind of pumped me up even more, because I could share myself even farther, especially when COVID hit. See, and then of course, first thing to know about me, besides my sweet hair, is I can start to ramble because my ADHD goes, rah! And so I start to go off, and who knows where I'm going. Hence why I have the notes, keep me on track. And so yeah, started doing that stuff. And then boom, let's see, let's pause for a sec. Oh, what's up, Link? So I know this is Susan Beach. For some reason, your profile is not showing up. What's up, Teresa? Hey, and for those of you on Instagram can't see on my computer, I'm clicking on the comments people are doing. Hey there, good to see you putting yourself out there, truly in the arena. Good stuff, my friend. Thanks, Teresa. We still got to chat. I know we've been trying to do that. That's what we love hearing you, Matt. Your authenticity is so freaking real, and we love that. I appreciate that. Shalane, it's fun. It's me. I'm WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. If I'm happy, you're going to know it. If I'm mad, you're going to know it. I don't have a very good filter if I'm frustrated. You can ask some of my teammates about that. It's never negative. It's just if I get angry or if I get frustrated, it comes out. So yeah, lots of crazy things in 2020. Here's a whole list of them. I'm going to talk about a few of them while we're here, just kind of chatting. While I'm chatting, if you guys have comments, questions about my journey this past year or my life in general, I'm just having fun tonight. So there's no curriculum or whatever. And if you know me very well, I rarely want to stick to a schedule anyway. So or a script. And thanks, Ashley. Appreciate that over on Instagram. If you guys are there on Instagram, let me know. If you guys are there on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, what's up? Let me know you're there and where you're coming from. Love to see you guys, and more and more as I explore these live accounts. So I've done lives lots of times on my professional Naval X accounts, on my personal YouTube, Facebook, things like that, on Instagram. But now I've got my LinkedIn, where a lot of you are coming from tonight. That's where I have my network. That's where a lot of people I interact with mostly are. So now I've got my LinkedIn live. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Crypto621 on Instagram. Me too. Love watching you. Just always seem to walk away with something that makes me stop and think. Hey, I appreciate that. That makes my day. That's why I keep doing this. And I'm going to talk to that a little bit too once I realized I started getting kid fans. Actually, you know what? I don't even know script. So professionally, there was points that started to make it click. When I became Mohawk Matt, the quick chats, I started getting not only fantastic engagement from people saying, hey, that helped me, thank you. And then I started all my personal videos, I started just busting them out as well on my personal accounts. And there was one day, it was about probably 10 o'clock Eastern time, and I got a video message from this kid. He's about 6 years old at the time, earlier last year. And this kid, Kinsler. And Sarah, if you're watching on Facebook, I'll tag you later. I don't think you understand the impact Kinsler had on me that day. Him and his mom reached out, and they said, hey, why haven't you done your video today? I got to go to school, but I haven't seen your video. Can you do it before I go to school so I can see it? Where is it? Because at the time, I was putting out a video every day. And I was stretching myself at the time. It was brand new for me. And but the funny thing is he called me Mohawk Man. He said, hey, Mohawk Man, because he didn't know who Mohawk Man. He didn't put that together. And what's really funny about that, I started to learn and I started to investigate more. I have a rather large kid following, and it's because of COVID. because kids were home from school and then went into summer home from school, kids were watching my videos from their parents, even professional on LinkedIn and things like that. Kids were all starting to watch my video. And if you've seen any of my short videos, and even now, I'm usually like this. I'm usually hyper, especially early on. I had some pretty fun, started doing some fun videos, me jumping off the Jeep, jumping in the car garage downstairs, jumping around in Naval X, jumping around now. Katrina Moore. Okay, thank you for letting me know who you are on Instagram. Now I know who you are on LinkedIn. What's up, Katrina? Instagram usernames are different sometimes. So, yeah, it was just fun. And I guess because I have a Mohawk and I'm crazy, I identify with kids, which leads into something else I'm working on, which is a kid's book. I'm writing a freaking kid's book. Who would have thought that? And Jen, I see your question. One sec. Over there on LinkedIn. Writing a kid's book. Freaking bananas. And I admittedly, when the holidays hit, I fell off the wagon a little bit, or I don't know which on the wagon, off the wagon is the right one. I don't mean alcohol related. I mean book writing related. I kind of took a pause, so I'm digging into it here, starting this weekend and continuing next week, to really get that moving again, and some other books I'm writing as well, along with some podcasts. I'm doing lots of crazy things. So operational pause on my stories. What's up? Thanks for everyone joining. If you're just joining now, let me know who you are. Let me know you're out there, where you're watching from. Nothing crazy tonight, just Friday night, having fun, just because why not? And I'm stuck home anyway. My wife's still kind of sick a little bit. We've been sick. So thanks for everyone who's been sending love. Appreciate it. But yeah, so we're just chilling. And it's COVID. So who's going out Friday night anyway? So good to see you, Jen. Thanks for connecting. Oh, Jen Franco. Not only do we work together now doing some stuff, but Jen Franco. So right here, I'm going to call her out. Anytime I meet someone new when I'm with her, this is the story I share, and she knows what I'm about to say. So, I can talk faster than you can comment and stop me. Jen Franco is a commander in the Navy, lieutenant commander in the Navy, and she is the first person that ever asked for a selfie with Mohawk Matt. Now it's a thing. I'm used to it, but it was like, I was like, okay, sure, let's do it. And let's freaking get one. So, and Jen has got that photo. She can probably put it in the comments on LinkedIn. I've got it somewhere too. But yeah, so Jen started another tsunami of like being recognized out in town. She's like, oh man, hey, and we were in a class together is how she saw me. And she was like, hey, we watch you work all the time. And for me, this was new. I was like getting used to that. And so like, yeah, let's take a selfie. What's up? And then, so yeah, fun life. You never know what's going to happen, who you're going to meet. I'm appreciative of all the connections. And yeah, another question from Jen. Do you have any good tips for how to do social engagement from a technical perspective? So Jen, I am going to ask you, I think I know what you're asking, but in the comments, if you're still there, give me a little bit more detail what you mean by technical perspective, but I'm going to go based on what I think you mean. And because we've talked about this a little bit. So yes, I definitely recommend. So a couple things, wherever you are, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube right now. When you post on social media, this is something that is very powerful. Let's take it back, rewind it just a little bit. When you are, we'll put that back up. People know what I'm talking about, answering this question. If you're just sitting there on the couch, driving home, eating dinner, whatever, your phone goes off. What do? You check it. Oh, people want to know. Somebody text me, somebody send me social media, someone tag me, someone comment. What is it? We want that interaction. We've kind of been trained to it from social media and from our phones and having them in our pocket all the time. So one of the technical ways to socially engage, tagging people. I cannot stress this enough. Tagging people is so important. And not everyone's everywhere. And so I kind of, in my brain housing group, I kind of know, what's up, Isabel? Welcome. Isabel, they gave me LinkedIn Live from my personal account. So you know all my work stuff, but now it's going to get crazy. So Isabel's a teammate. She just joined on Instagram. If anyone's out there, let me know where you're coming from and you're there. I can't know you're there without comments. So what's up? So Jen, tag people, tag people, tag people, tag people, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. YouTube doesn't do tagging, but tag, because that's how you pull people into the conversation. And if you're talking about someone, tag someone they know, tag their friend, tag their spouse, their sibling, brother, sister, mom, dad, kid. Tag them, because you pull people in. You pull people into the conversation. And that's what social media is all about, is being social, having that conversation. And that's actually, from another technical perspective, the algorithms of the platforms will reward you for that. So the more comments you have and the more interaction you have and the back and forth, the natural conversation, the more they will show it to people. So they're going to show it. The algorithms online are going to show it more if there's more comments and backs and forth, or replies and reactions and likes and things like that. So you're so famous. Thanks, Isabel. I'm pretty sure anyone that work knows me by this point is probably just every time I do lives and stuff, they're just collecting fuel for the fire for my roast one day, or when I leave or something. So I'm going to have a wicked roast of all the crazy things I do on live. Because pretty much everything I do live, because why not? Might as well. So those are a couple things, Jen, from a technical perspective. Tagging people, working with the algorithm, commenting is very powerful, because the more you comment, the more other people will see it. Excuse me, I'm going to take a swig of water, do a dance move all the way. So yeah, those are a couple things. Jen, if you want me to poke on something else, let me know in the comments. Anyone on LinkedIn still there? Comments have been pretty quiet. Either you're just listening to me blabber or it got disconnected. I don't know. So let me know if you guys are still there. I'm not sure if Todd, what's up? I think I saw you on Facebook. So yeah, let's see. I ramble. I start talking fast. It's Friday night. It's getting late. Who knows what's going on? What are you guys up to? Is anyone out there having fun with your family, doing a movie night, whatever? So again, while I wait for your comments, because there's about a 15-second delay from when you comment to when I can see it on this tool, unless you're on the Instagram. So just listening to me blabber. Thanks, Liz. And Chilean, just listening. Thanks. Katrina, biggest glass ever. Got to stay hydrated. It's important. Hydration is key to life. 32-ounce tumbler right here. Drink like 3 or 4 of these a day, you're golden. Just don't do it before meetings, then you got to use the facilities. Let's see. So we got on Instagram, my daughter was at hockey at 5 a.m. Oh, you got hockey tomorrow at 5 a.m. Should be sleeping, but I'm watching you. Thanks, Katrina. You're awesome. And you can sleep later. It'll be fine. I mean, I don't know I can't remember where you are, Katrina, but I'm on the East Coast. It's only 9. It's not that late. I think I got like 3 hours of sleep last night because I've been working on some personal stuff and like my brain's moving. So thanks for sharing, Katrina. Teresa, you're still there listening. What's up? Shalane, we had a brief disconnect, about to spend time with one of my girls. That's awesome, Shalane. Get down, hang out with some girl time. That's important. Be safe out there. So another question here. Outside of tagging, how do you grow your following and make connections? That's a great question, Liz. I'm going to speak to, so Instagram, my wife's the best person to ask that. But my powerhouse, the one that I know the best is LinkedIn, because LinkedIn and actually TikTok are very powerful organic platforms right now. I mean, you don't have to pay for ads. You don't have to do that. And Shalene, your daughter, not your girl. Hey, she's still your girl. You can still have some fun. That's awesome. So back to your question, Liz. Grow your following and make connections. 1, start looking for hashtags. Hashtags apply to Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Find the hashtags. Start putting them in. Hashtag surgery. Hashtag computer science. Hashtag data science. Hashtag happiness. Anywhere, whatever platform you use. Start looking for those hashtags and then finding people that are interacting with those conversations. Because then, so there is an actual method called 10X. My wife has a class on this, so let me know, hook you up. or you can talk to her about that. But what you want to do, I'm going to break it down. She'll yell at me later. I don't think she's even watching right now, so I can say what I want. We'll see if I actually pay attention to her or not. And Liz, you know her, so hey. Every day, what's up, Ryan? Thanks for joining, cuz, on Instagram. Every day, get online, go to your posts, comment on anything, post at least once a day. So, or when you post, like your own post. Let me give you a tip. Like your own post, because on social media, people don't want to be first, just like in line. It's like if you're at like a buffet line, no one wants to be the first one to get up sometimes. Same thing online. People are more hesitant if no one else has liked it. They're like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't like that. If maybe it's not good. So every time I post something, I like it immediately or throw a reaction on it, because then the more likely that someone else is just going to scroll through and click that reaction button because someone else already did it. So it's less of a commitment. It's weird how the mind works sometimes. So do that. Post, comment. And for those that are just joining now, I'm answering a question from Liz about how to grow your following and make connections. Post, like your own post, comment on your own post, tag someone if it's relevant. I'm not a fan of tagging people just because, like, there are a lot of people out there that over tag. They like tag just because they want this. And sometimes that works, but so I'm going to speak to LinkedIn because that's what I know the most. LinkedIn actually kind of punishes you. If you tag people and they don't interact, they will show it less next time, and they will kind of slow your algorithm down a little bit. So I only now, unless they're actually involved in what I'm posting, like for Naval X tonight, we posted something from Crane, Indiana. And so for a Navy base out there, I tagged the people in the video. I tagged the people, or our team did. We tagged the people who the leadership there, and some people I know they work with. Because then it creates a conversation, and they're like, "Oh, hey, I know her. Hey." And so doing that in the post is valuable. But don't over tag if they're not going to interact, because it actually punishes you, and it will get seen less if that matters to you. If it doesn't, do what you want. Anyway, do what you want anyway, because that's always what I say. So be you. Don't believe me, you can Google this stuff too. These are just things I do. Another thing to grow and follow and make connections, comment on other people's stuff. Like I said, you can search by hashtag or just start following people on any platform that you look up to or that are in the field you want to be in. And thanks, Susan, for letting me know. Field you want to be in, and then you'll start to see more of those types of conversations, especially on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, and if you're on TikTok too, LinkedIn is very organic networking right now. Like, you have so much reach posting on LinkedIn and using some hashtags, and as you start to comment and engage with others, because it's not based on ads right now. It's based on organic engagement. So your reach on LinkedIn is so much stronger than Instagram and Facebook right now. You can grow on the other platforms, but you got to put 10 times the work into it. West Coast Pizza Night, that's awesome, Susan. And Teresa, you say, I have noticed that posts on LinkedIn from a week ago will suddenly get traction. Have you had that happen? Any guesses why? Yes, Teresa, that's a great point. And this goes into what Liz was talking about. So one thing, if you care about posting stuff online, whether you're trying to share either your story or something you liked, or share an article you found, whatever it is, share a meme, don't care about what people like and comment. Like that increases engagement, but don't let that stop you from doing it. One, because the platform algorithm actually rewards you for the more you post, and they want to see consistency, especially YouTube. YouTube is a consistency like freak. And so the more they just keep going, just don't stop. Post every day, however many times I post, sometimes twice a day. But that's for me. And I know posting every day can be a lot for people too. Just start doing what you can, but be consistent. And don't worry about what people, if people react. Because especially on LinkedIn, where Teresa's question's coming from, it's going to get seen later. So LinkedIn doesn't when you go to a feed, so I'm talking to LinkedIn because I know it the best. When you go to a feed and you're not seeing the most recent things on any platform, actually. Instagram, I think you might, but Facebook and LinkedIn, no way. You're not seeing the most recent things. So if you think you're seeing everything that's in your network, nope. You're seeing the things it thinks you want to see. So I'm not going to go into it, but check out Social Dilemma. There's a whole, it can scare you. It scared me a little bit, but there's a whole mess behind all methods of the madness. So you're being seen by people that thinks that want to see you because of things they've liked, hashtags they've followed, things they've interacted with. The algorithms are freaking AI, machine learning is very smart. So that's what it's going to show you more. And so related direct, and so I know that was kind of a long answer, but really it's all encompassing your question, which for those on Instagram that can't see the question, I'll read it again. I've noticed the post on LinkedIn from a week ago will suddenly get traction. Have you had that happen? And any guesses why? Yes. So I started to answer that a little bit. The reason why is because people see it. Someone, if it's from a week ago and one person interacts with it, LinkedIn's like, oh, hey, we got some traction. 100 people, go check it out. 10 people, go check it out. It shares it more. So again, LinkedIn, where the question came from. So I'm going to fall over. I get super energetic, and that's why I built a standing desk. It makes me happy and hyper. The platform, see, ADD brain, boom. I saw the ring light and made my eyes water. The platform rewards engagement. So when people start to, if someone interacts from something you had a week ago, then boom, it's going to share it out to a bunch more people. Also, just because you post it today doesn't mean someone's going to see it today. Couple reasons, especially on LinkedIn. A lot of people aren't on LinkedIn every day the same way they are on Instagram and Facebook. I am. And that's where I choose to learn and get my info from. Because I have trust and a little more professional and not all the craziness on some of the other platforms, especially Facebook these days. But it shows you things that people are engaging on. What I was saying was people aren't on there every day. And so you post something this week. Well, if you're a friend who may not have, or connection who may not have a lot of connections, they only get on once a week or every now and then, every few days. They see it, well, then now they're going to interact with it at that point. Also, like I said before, it doesn't show you things in order. It shows you things you want to see. So if you start on LinkedIn, because this is where the question came from, if you're following tons of people on LinkedIn, all related to cybersecurity, then you're going to start seeing a bunch of computer science, cybersecurity, kinds of conversations and people that interact with that kind of stuff, because that's how the algorithm works. And then if all of a sudden you start commenting and liking things with hashtags for like happiness or mindset or personal growth, you're going to start seeing those, even if they're old. And so most best social media engagement happens within a few hours of posting and within the first 24 hours, but that doesn't mean you won't get any. And I see the questions and comments coming in. Thanks. I'll grab those 1 sec. Doesn't mean you're not getting any. So keep going, because you don't know when someone's going to see it, especially on LinkedIn. I can't stress this enough. And this isn't coming from me. This is coming from Gary Vaynerchuk. If you don't know who that is, he's forecasted all this stuff years ago and still is right now. Get on LinkedIn. It's not just for jobs anymore. Engage, because it's true, and TikTok if you want to. It's true organic engagement. It does the work for you. You can reach more people on LinkedIn organically than any other platform except for TikTok. Those two are right neck and neck right now. So hopefully that answers. I binge a little bit, or I started going off a little bit. I'll get some water. Man, I'm going for 36 minutes. You guys still online. Fantastic. That's why I love doing lives, interacting with people. So again, if anyone's joining now, let me know you're there. What's up? Tell me where you're watching from, what you're up to tonight with the family. I think some folks are having pizza night, whatever. Thanks for tuning in. Nothing official, just sharing. I just got my LinkedIn Live, so I'm on multiple platforms right now, experimenting. I do have some interview panels that are coming up. I'm going to start getting people, so it's not just me talking or pontificating, whatever. People actually back and forth, and some things will help you guys learn, help me learn. A couple comments here. Jim, your stuff's great, and it's great to get into that conversation. My connection with you is collaborative, not transactional. I appreciate that, Jim. I really do. And you're talking about collaborative. Let's collaborate on something. Personal work, I'm down. I ain't going nowhere. It's COVID, man. I got lots of time. Another question from Liz here on LinkedIn. So those on Instagram can't see the question, but I'll read it out. Okay, second LinkedIn question. How do you know what to post? Great question. As a student who will be looking for a job in a year, I'm not an expert in my field. What do I have to offer? Do I share others' work? So again, this is a question from LinkedIn, and it's about LinkedIn, finding a job and stuff. Yes. So first, I'm going to break this down surgically a little bit. How do you know what to post? LinkedIn is a little bit more professional, and I do it very differently because I don't care. And, but a lot of people will just put job professional stuff, their work stuff, articles they like related to their career. Instagram, Facebook, a little bit different. YouTube, who knows if you're doing that. And YouTube's not really and I say that because I'm on YouTube right now live. YouTube, I don't consider a social platform. YouTube is a consumption platform like Netflix, Spotify, that kind of thing. It's way more comparable to that than it is social interaction. It can happen, but not as much. So again, how do you know what to post? Post what makes you happy. Liz, and I say that with your other question coming up. I see that, and I'll talk to that. Post what makes you happy, and post what is you. Don't post fake things. If you're trying to, Liz, you're working on getting a job once you graduate and things as a student. Yeah, you probably want to interact with other things. Interact with things related to the job field. Share articles. Post other people's stuff. So sharing on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Well, Instagram doesn't share. Facebook, unless it's a story. Facebook shares work normally. LinkedIn shares actually don't get seen very much. Commenting and reacting gets seen more. So Liz, if you're out there, if you're studying to be a financial major, then in Connecticut, what's up, Jim? Fantastic. Thanks for coming in. If you're going to be a financial major and you start commenting and interacting with financial stuff on LinkedIn, then that's what people are going to see, that's what you're interacting with. You can start networking with folks in those fields. That's why I go back to the hashtags. Find people that are having those conversations. An example of that, when I started using LinkedIn, honestly, I'll back up. I didn't use LinkedIn barely at all. I hadn't updated my profile in years before I came to Naval X. And I know you're doing computer programming. I was just using an example because we've talked about this before offline because you're awesome. And see, squirrel. Hope everyone's having a good night. I am, for sure. So we'll go for a little bit more, answer some questions in the chat as long as people want to, or maybe not as long as you want to. Interact with things that you want to network in. You don't have to be an expert in your field. You see something you like, share it. You think, hey, if you don't know, ask a question. Don't be afraid to ask that question on LinkedIn and say, hey, I'm trying to find, I'm a student in this right now. Who out there works in this job field? And throw some hashtags for like computer programming, cybersecurity, data science, whatever exact part of computer programming you're going into. Use some of the terminology from your classes. Use those hashtags. That's how you can get seen and network with people more. Also, typing in without a hashtag, just words like computer programming, you can find people's profiles that have that in their profile. So that's a way as well. As a student, I'm going to talk to this again. As a student who will be looking for a job in a year, I'm not an expert. What do I have to offer? So as a student, you are learning the newest technology. You are learning the newest things. Maybe you're not an expert in that field. Those aren't hard to find. but you are learning the most new thing out there, where people that got a degree 10 years ago, especially in computer programming, the technology is so different. So talk about what you did in class. Just start putting stuff out there. It doesn't have to be hard. What you think is boring, and you don't have to think, oh, it's got to be the most cool thing ever. What you think is boring, somebody's going to connect to. And I've got a few videos I've made on that. You can check out on my page related to that. So just like Liz, in your case, because I know your situation, what do you do for homework this week? Make a post about it. I learned this. Throw some hashtags. It'll start to pull some people around. At first, as you grow your network, there's not going to be a lot. So you got to start it. What's up, Grace? Glad you could finally join one of my new lives. I know you missed the last one. Thanks for joining. Actually, you hit the very first one that I did on accident at 4 in the morning when I found out I was just playing with buttons and it worked. So thanks for joining, Grace. So start just posting about what you're doing, Liz. Do what your class. Hey, I learned this in class today. Like, don't hide that you're a new student, that you're a student looking for work in this field. Just be honest about it. Hey, I'm looking for this. People on LinkedIn especially want to help people grow. The amount of help I see people get and people helping each other grow on LinkedIn is amazing. And that's what's really powerful, because it's kind of set up as a professional platform. There's not a lot of dogging and coming at and putting people down. I mean, it happens. There are people out there, but I see a lot of building up and connecting and helping people that way. So that's what I'd recommend, Liz. You got my number. We can talk more, but hopefully that answers others. Other comments that people may have, or questions people have had. And lastly, you said, do I share others' work? Yeah. Why not? Give them credit. Don't take credit as yourself. But yeah, sometimes I don't share as many people's things because I'm posting so much myself. But occasionally I see something I like, I will. So yeah, especially right now as you're creating content and creating things to put out there. Why not? So thanks for the question, Liz. Man, 44 minutes. We're going live right now. I don't know how I'm still, like, this is my job. I get to go live. Right now I'm not getting paid, but I get to go live. I get to do podcasts. I became a podcast host this year. Holy bananas. I didn't know what that meant when I was like, yeah, we should start a podcast. I had to Google the crap out of that and talk to some friends that have podcasts and people that produce them. So they helped me, and it was fantastic. I appreciate it. And Marcus Wing out there, he's the man that really hooked me up and helped me out. I never thought I'd be a podcast host, but what I started to learn this year, because this year's been a year of massive growth for me, is that, hey, I like to talk. Sure. I like interviewing people. I never thought of myself as an interviewer, but I was a writer in the Marine Corps, and I interviewed people that way. I've done video interviews. Now I've done all kinds of interviews, not radio, but podcast, video interviews, and why not? So podcast host, crazy. It's different style of format. I enjoy it. It's super fun. And I have my Naval X Connects, my work one, where a lot of you know me from. If you're on Instagram, Facebook, you probably don't that podcast as much. But then I'm also creating another podcast. Not sharing the name yet, but it's coming out like really soon. I've already interviewed a few of the people. I want to get about 5 or 6 under my belt, or in the hopper, so I don't have to rush to push one out when I want to. Have someone in the hopper ready to go. So yeah, getting that rolling. So I'm going to be posting 2 podcasts and then 1 probably video cast, which, depending on what your concept of podcasting is, could be the same thing. What I mean is really focused on YouTube, and that's for I spoke earlier to the kids and my kid audience and the youth audience that I've had. I engaged with a mother a couple weeks ago. Who was almost in tears because of the value that I've brought, because of the videos that I've been creating. That she's got a 10, 12-year-old, I think a 12-year-old son. And if she's watching this later, she knows who she is. And that, I cried when she messaged me, because she's like, thank you. Like, you are connecting to us. I watched your videos from our whole family loves them. But my son, he just identifies with them and the advice you're giving. And that's not what I set out to do. It's just me sharing my life. And this goes, Liz, to you earlier. yeah, job related stuff, but you just sharing, someone's going to connect to that. You sharing who you are and what you have going on, someone will connect to it. And that's what fuels me and keeps me going. So the kid stuff, I'm working on YouTube because that's where they are. They're more on YouTube right now. There's not a lot of youth, little kids watching, listening to podcasts quite yet. So a couple things here. And this, if you can see this, Grace, this is you. For some reason, we got to figure out why you don't show up on here, but I got my phone so I can see your name. That's why you, Mohawk Man, are awesome. Always a giver. Thanks. I appreciate it. Sometimes I have to actually control my giving. And I don't mean like financially, just of myself. I can burn myself out. I got to recharge myself too. Liz here, it does. Thank you. LinkedIn is still a bit of unknown. It's different than everything else. And also people talk about it differently. There are a lot of people out there like, I'll never use LinkedIn. I don't need a job. I got a job. But don't think of it. It's not that. That's like saying LinkedIn is only for finding a job. Is like saying Amazon is only for buying books. No, that's not the thing. Like YouTube and my little squirrel. YouTube and my little one listens to Spotify podcasts too. Thank you, Katrina. See that, and that's the feedback I need. And because I'll gladly put it on audio as well. I just don't know. And so the kid thing is still a little more, probably a month or two down the road. But as I'm trying to find that audience and target where they are, but I've already actually started, and I'm recording kids. So Katrina, maybe we can chat too of some thoughts on this, or anyone that has kids that wants to give me advice. I've been actually interviewing kids and having them give me their life experience. Yes, they're kids, but they have their own life experience. I interviewed a kid couple months. It was like Thanksgiving. I haven't released it yet, obviously. His mom died last year. He's got a crap ton of life experience from that, and he's 12 years old. He's growing. Like he's got a lot to share. So yeah, I'm interviewing. It's not just adults, kids. It's everybody. And my crazy self with my hair. So Katrina, maybe we should talk. Thanks for that. Yeah, Liz, it's unknown, but just start putting it out there. You have a story to share. Yeah, I forgot what I was answering. See you, squirrel, ADHD. Hey, podcast host, still waiting to John to make an appearance on Naval X. I know, Grace. I know. We both took some time off for the holidays. I was texting him tonight, so I know I'm working on it. Actually, probably gonna have him on a live video too. Matt, what's up? Thanks for joining on Instagram. Paige, what's up? See, I'll just keep staying live. More people join. What's up, cousin Paige or cousin wife Paige? So yeah, right now for anyone that's joining, I'm live on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube because I finally got my LinkedIn account. And if those of you on Instagram probably don't know, because I've got Instagram on my phone and then LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm running from a tool called StreamYard that I use. I use it for work too, but I've got my own personal account for my personal stuff. So yeah, it's fun. Squirrel. See, people start commenting. I'm just like, oh, what's up? So yeah, answer any other questions, let me know. I'll probably going to talk about a couple other things and then probably sign off for the night. So I'm going for almost an hour. But yeah, so Grace, I'm working on it. Some stuff coming. I'll probably do a live with me, maybe on here. So other things 2020, that's the topic I put tonight. If you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, you don't put a topic, you just go. I became a video content creator. I've talked about that a bunch. Podcast host. Mohawk Matt, writing some books I've talked about. Networking, the power of networking. One of my favorite quotes from last year is make the connections and interact with people before you need them. Don't wait to call someone the day you need a favor. Interact with people because you never know who you're going to need. And if you are the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And that can be uncomfortable. This year I've been getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. And what I actually learned was a lot of my stuff in the Navy and the Marine Corps, I actually was pretty comfortable. All the live videos and changing jobs constantly and trying different things, that actually is my comfort zone. So me getting uncomfortable, I made a post about it probably a couple months ago now. One of my early 100 Days of Awesome videos about the books I'm writing. That actually terrifies me. That makes me extreme. Like right now, my whole body just tightened because writing and becoming an author is very scary to me. We're doing live. I'll go live all freaking day long. But so do things that make you uncomfortable and get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's one of the lessons I've learned last year. And from networking, network. You never know who you're going to need. And it's not just about need, it's just about having fun. My mom always said when I was growing up, stranger danger never worked on me, that concept, because to me, a stranger is just a friend I haven't made yet. So I like everybody and I network. I just talk to people. I'm doing a lot on social because we're kind of closed at home right now with COVID and everything. But yeah, network online. Why not? It's fun. I like meeting people. People will make you grow. Find the who's who. Who's the who in your zoo? People that are going to help you grow, push you. Don't just be around people that you can control, and not you control, but that you kind of are the best person in the room, whatever. Be around people that you're the worst person in the room. I don't mean worse. I mean, don't be the smartest person in the room. Find a different room. Go be a sponge. Learn from people. I've been doing crazy tons of learning, and not like school learning because that stuff don't work for me. I learned from podcasts. I learned from interviews. I actually learned a lot from being a podcast host because I'm interviewing other people. Like it's massive. I actually have an idea. So I have about 50 books over there because my lovely wife likes books, and I've been starting to get more into them. But reading is really hard for me. I don't like reading. I like learning, but I don't like reading. It's not fun for me. So I have a new idea. I'm actually going to put like an Excel sheet. And if you know me, saying Excel isn't something I normally say. Put like a spreadsheet together with all the authors that we have already and reach out to all of them and have them on my personal podcast. And then that way, and I'll get through the books, but that way I can pick up some of their knowledge faster for me instead of having to wait till I get through all those books. It'll be years. And I know there's some great things I could learn now. So, yeah, Teresa, thanks so much. You gave me some things to think about. Awesome. Thank you, Teresa. You're welcome. And a bet from Grace again. Best news for Friday night. John on Naval X and on live. Woohoo, twice the fun. And this one again is Grace. Definitely the wrong room. The ego can get in the way and prevent us from becoming a success. It's okay not to know everything. Yeah, Grace, you want to learn about networking? You can see her on LinkedIn, wherever you are. Find her on LinkedIn, Grace Lee. She is a networking beast. Like, I can learn a lot. I do learn a lot from Grace. She is networking queen. You're incredible at it, and you help people and support people. And Mohawk tip to you, Grace. You're a massive, amazing human. And the way you connect to people and the way that you help people, interact with people is unheard of. So yeah, I think there's a few people still online. A couple quick things. Broken back. I actually have a video coming out in 2-3 days that I recorded yesterday about my broken back. So stay tuned for that. My broken back was the best thing that happened to me in 2020. And I'll explain more in the video. Because I know it's getting late Friday night. But yeah, broken my back. I don't speak well sometimes. I don't write well either. Breaking my back was one of the best things that could ever happen to me because it forced me to stop. It forced me to pause. And what I mean by that is laying in bed for 4 straight weeks. The only thing I did was get up to use the bathroom and the shower. That's all I did for 4 weeks. For the first few days, I watched Netflix, TV shows, and I was like, nope. I'm bored. 2, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to tell you. Check out my videos coming out in a couple of days. Breaking my back was the best thing that could happen to me. And you're welcome, Grace, for sure. Thanks for everything you've done for me. Personally, you're always reaching out. Bureaucracy Slayer, I've got that on here. Haven't talked to that much. I also have a video coming out on that. I think I've done 1 or 2 already in 100 Days of Awesome. That's another thing I did. 100 Days of Awesome. What the freaking heck was that? I never thought I'd be doing that. I got that from my good friend Ryan Smith, who I had for day 50 of 100 Days of Awesome. We went live on Facebook and YouTube. Couldn't have LinkedIn yet. So my LinkedIn family didn't see it. But yeah, 100 Days of Awesome has been an incredible journey. And I'm going to share more about what happened on day 100. I'm actually going to go live and talk about my experience through 100 Days of Awesome. Going to have some different guests on and talk about that kind of thing. So if you want to be on, if you've gained something from 100 Days of Awesome, reach out to me. Maybe I'll have you on the show. It's been an amazing journey, and it's been pushing me. Talk about getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Not doing the video, that didn't scare me, but actually doing one every single day. And even on the bad days, I did. There's a one that got a lot of traction that was in the ER. I had kidney stones. I took a video in the ER, kind of drugged up a little bit because it was like, hey, I got to still do my video. Come on. And there were a couple around Christmas. I did miss a few days. For me, because I've had to miss a couple of days because I got sick, as a lot of you know, pretty bad on Christmas time frame. The days I missed, any day I've missed, I'm still doing 100 days. It may not have been 100 straight days because of life. That life happens. Don't let it break you down. Just keep going. But it is 100 days of video. So Bureaucracy Slayer, I'll talk to that more next time. Thank you for everyone joining. I did not expect to speak for an hour. Who are you kidding? It's me. People are there. I'll keep going. That's how I operate. So Instagram, you're fantastic if anyone's still there. LinkedIn, whether you're watching this now, later, whatever, I'll answer in the comments if people ask me anything else or say what's up. So have a great night. Be awesome. Be yourself. Try something that makes you uncomfortable. Try something new and do what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, happiness is the only thing that matters. Yeah, I understand we need money. We need things like that to live. But if you're not happy, what does it all mean? What does it all matter? Be happy. Oh, teaser. Grace, your ears must be burning or you must be reading my mind because I'm actually about to interview her in a couple of days. And I'll put that one out now that I can. I'll put that announcement before I do it so you guys know it's coming. Because I can do that with the tool I'm using. Katrina, good to see you. Have a good night. See, look at that. Katrina was going to go to bed, but she's been watching for an hour. Thanks. You're awesome. So, yeah, Mrs. Denny, for those that can't see on LinkedIn, someone said you need to get Mrs. Denny subbing for you on one of those 100 Days of Awesome. So I like that. I got 15 days left of videos themselves. Also, I'm going to have her on a live video as well. So, because a few other people have requested that in the last couple of days, actually. So that's coming. Laura, what's up? You're joining. Thanks. I'm about to sign off, but you can see the whole video wherever you are in the video. So you're awesome, Laura. And maybe a treat on the 100th day. Why not? Maybe I'll go live for a couple hours on 100th day. Who knows? I'm freaking bananas. Have an amazing day. Be yourself. Be you. Do what makes you happy. And be the reason someone has an awesome day. Wherever you are, I hope you are well. Hope you are healthy.